I'm going to walk right into the sun. I've planned it all out and looked it up on weatherchannel.com. I know the sun sets at about 5:15 this day of the year, and if I leave tonight by the time it goes up and back down, I will be right there and I will walk into the sun. These are the things I will take care of. There's a guy who works at a bagel place about 20 minutes down the road, and he has this scar on his head. And he always talks to me with this grin, and I can't tell if he remembers who I am because I go there regularly, but I like to imagine that he does, and I like to imagine him telling me what happened to his forehead. And he would tell me the story in that particularly grinning manner of his. And then I'll thank him and continue going by that really big lake that from one side looks completely artificial. And you always thought, why did they put a lake right here? But then you walk across to the other side and walk down the hill, and maybe they just changed one side of it, and it was always there. When I pass the lake, I will decide whether or not it's real. I'm going to see if screen doors exist in the city. If they did, I'm sure we'd heard their collective rattle, but there's just some things I need to figure out. Like this one guy at a liquor store around the corner. He's there on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and weekends, and he looks exactly like the drummer from Dinosaur Jr. I better ask him if it's him, or at least tell him that he looks like the guy. That will be the first stop, I guess. Once I walk onto the thin strip of street I live on, there will be strung lights going across the buildings, encased in red and orange and yellow spheres that I've never seen before, and I'll walk down the empty street looking up, and it will be beautiful. But anyways, after all that, and the lake, there's a lot of road. At this point, I will call everyone who needs to be called. It's not you, it's me, I'll say. Then I will have reached the field. It's going to be some sort of prairie, with the haystacks and all, and I will walk through it until I get to the great black house, which will be unexpected for me to see. It will look to have been built around the mid-19th century, very rickety, but upkept. As much as the simple folk living back there then could have. I knock on the door because this is one of the last things before the sun. "Hello," I call out after knocking twice loudly, and cracking the door. This is when you say, "Come in." I will slowly open the door and look to the left where your voice came, and with each carefully placed step of my boot will make the old hardwood creak. And I'll turn the first corner, and you'll be sat in a metal chair besides the small table in the kitchen, a very white kitchen, heavily contrasting the black exterior of the house. I will think. I will sit down, and we will look at each other in many places for a bit before settling on the eyes. I really think I better be going, I'll say. You will look away, and I will leave, making a wrong turn and finding the back door, which actually will turn out to lead right to the end of the world. The house is on the edge of it all, and there's just that space between us and the sun. The only thing worth mentioning for second thought is that I won't have any because I will have done all that I had to do. Then I will step forward, begin to fly head first, arms spread wide, right into the sun, my mind completely thoughtless.